Uh, all right, good morning, everybody. What's your name again? No. Caleb, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, guys, my name is Devante Cuthberson. My personal safety commitment is to wear steel-toe boots in the workplace. Today's safety discussion, we'll be talking about first aid kits. So, first aid kits are literal kits that have first aid components in them. You can have multiple different kinds of first aid kits. Some of them are mobile, and some of them are like mounted to the wall. So typically in a warehouse environment, most of them will be mounted to the wall, and then maybe a supervisor or a general lead, they'll have the one that's mobile in case something happens on the floor. Inside of a first aid kit, you'll find things like gauze, scissors, band-aids. Sometimes you'll find a triangle band-aid to hold up a broken arm. Also, you'll have eye wash cleaner, like for your eyes in case something gets in there. And with first aid kits, typically from what I've seen is that only certain few people have access to it. So if Saul gets hurt, Saul can't go get the band-aids himself. He has to go to the supervisor so they can create a report on an accident, stuff like that. An example of a first aid kit that I was able to do was at the Forge, where me and Isaiah actually worked on the first aid station in Shakti as well. First, it was cluttered and junky in that area. Nobody really knew what was the first aid area. We straightened it up, we built a shelf, and then now the first aid station, when you first walk in, you can actually see it. So that way, if you get hurt, you want to make sure that it's accessible. Does anybody have any feedback on first aids or an experience?
My name is Saul Hymas. I'm a personal safety commitment switch with the proper head PPE. And I just want to say that if a first aid kit starts to run low on something, call the provider instead of inserting something yourself. Because let's say if you go low on like latex gloves that they have to begin with, the last thing that you want, or usually they're non-latex because people are allergic to it. So the last thing you want to do is put in your own latex gloves and then do something on somebody and they have an allergic reaction to it.
My name is Elizabeth Hornbeck. My personal safety commitment is to wear proper PPE in and out of work. And I thought what you said about different types of first aid kits was a good point. Not just terms in like where they can be, but what they have in them for different purposes. Like I have one in my classroom, and that's just like band-aids because kids always want a band-aid for something. But then like when I go kayaking, I have a waterproof one, but it's small. It's like this big, but it's got enough first aid supplies for like me and whoever I'm kayaking with. So there's tons of different types.
That's a good point, because then you'll sometimes have a pouch on your side. Like if you're CPR certified, they'll give you a pouch for when you need it, CPR.
My name is Shakti Martinez, and my personal safety commitment is to always wear the proper PPE. I think like in the army they give you a first aid kit, like a little one, that you have to keep it all the time, and it has like the tourniquet and all the stuff, just in case you get seriously injured. And they always tell you not to use it in other person, because then if you get injured, you will not have anything to actually help you in those situations.
Anybody else? All right, so today's safety slogan will be first aid it out. First aid it out. 1, 2, 3.
First aid it out.
Do it. All right. Self-reflection. I think that my information was kind of mid. I had information, but as I went along, I felt like I had more. But I felt like eye contact was good. But at first, like hand motion, I didn't have much hand motion. I was kind of stale and stiff. Feedback?
I definitely feel like your information could have been a little better, but something that you're really good at and that you do often is whenever somebody brings out their own information, you're always able to add on to it and like just be more interactive with them as well.
All right, that ends the safety discussion.